morning, VBHS. Happy Friday. This is the last episode for us before spring break, so happy spring breaking.
We hope you've had a great week and have a great week next week.
We'll start you off with some VBHS news.
Seniors, graduation is set for Friday, May 21st at Blakemore Field. Several of you have still not ordered your cap and gowns. Please do so by March 31st. COVID has interrupted the normal supply chain, and that includes graduation cap and gowns.
If you have any questions or concerns, see Ms. Stacy Moore or Mr. McMurray.
Coming up next week.
Don't forget parent-teacher conferences are on Tuesday and Thursday, so we will have early release those days and no school on March 19th.
Also, St. Patrick's Day is Wednesday, March 17th, so wear your green.
Now on to your weekly sports coverage.
I'm Brandon.
I'm Sam.
And I'm Avery, and this is Pointer Pack News Sports.
We're going to start this off with a little softball. The Lady Pointers got a big 7-4 win over Hackett last Friday, and a big shout out to Emberlyn Caldwell for hitting a homer. The Lady Pointers softball team played Monday and Tuesday, both at home. Monday they played Rogers Heritage, and Tuesday they played Harrison.
Up next is baseball.
Baseball!
Where our Pointers just finished up the PBR tournament and we're rolling through it, going undefeated. They follow up that 4-game win streak with 4 games this week, 1 game at Northside Tuesday, a doubleheader in Russellville Wednesday, and a game at home against Fayetteville on Friday.
Soccer remains undefeated after they beat Poto 5-1 Thursday and tied with Fayetteville 0-0 Friday.
Wrestling just finished up their state tournament. Congratulations to these people. Trevor Edelin and Shiloh Summers both got first place in their weight class. Also, Seth Villanueva and Taylor Smith getting third, and Grant King close behind getting fourth. Good job, guys.
As we look at Arkansas sports, it's a great time to be a Razorback fan as all sports are thriving right now. The Arkansas men's basketball team is playing today in the SEC tournament quarterfinals, so good luck to them.
As Arkansas baseball makes the trip up to Louisiana Tech, they're still currently ranked number 1 overall in the nation.
In the All-Star game this past Sunday, Team LeBron beat Team Durant 170-150. Giannis Antetokounmpo winning the Kobe Bryant MVP award. Second half of the NBA season is ready to get rolling.
This has been Pointer Pack News Sports.
To kick off our news segment this week, we'll start in the U.S. Near attend and Biden's choice for the budget director withdrew from the nomination after senators criticized her for her Twitter history. However, Biden indicated that he would give her another post.
The Biden administration announced sanctions against Russia over the poisoning of the opposition leader Alexei Navalny. Questions from the Supreme Court justices suggest that they are likely to uphold 2 Arizona voting restrictions. It's the court's most important voting rights case in almost a decade, the Times' Adam Liptak writes.
The FBI has started 2,000 investigations into domestic terrorism since 2017. The agency's director told senators the threat of extremism has been metastasizing across the country.
For your economy updates, U.S. manufacturing activity hit 3-year high in February.
In 2020, Target's revenue increased by more than it had in the previous 11 years combined. The retailer will invest $4 billion annually in the next few years to keep up with this pandemic-era momentum. Starbucks is adding Oatly's oat milk to its menu nationwide. Volvo says it will sell only electric vehicles by 2030.
In space, SpaceX's Starship prototype stuck the landing in its 3rd flight test, but then blew up while sitting on the landing pad a few minutes later. On the social, Facebook is lifting its ban on political advertising this week.
NFT, a non-fungible token, is a special type of cryptographic token which represents something unique. Non-fungible tokens are thus not mutually interchangeable. This is in contrast to cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin and many network to utility tokens and fungible nature. Still confused? Yeah, us too.
Texas Energy Update. The state attorney general is suing Griddy, the electricity providers who customers reported extravagant bills, and the state's oldest and largest power cooperative, Brazos, filed for bankruptcy.
Speaking of Texas, Texas Governor Greg Abbott is lifting the state's mask mandate and allowing businesses to operate at 100% capacity this week.
Abbott defended the decision by citing lower hospitalization numbers and the need to get back to work.
Mississippi, Iowa, and Montana are the 3 other states following suit.
Biden isn't having it, though. President Biden called the decision made by the governors of Texas and Mississippi to lift mask mandates Neanderthal thinking.
Other states are softening rules. New York will allow live performances again next month with masks and reduced capacity. Massachusetts removed capacity limits on restaurants.
South Carolina will allow gatherings of more than 250 people. California lawmakers reached a deal to fund school reopening for students up to the 2nd grade. Not everyone is on board, however. Republican governors are split on mask mandates, with Alabama and West Virginia keeping theirs. Masks save lives, Governor Jim Justice of West Virginia said.
On Monday, European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen introduced the concept of Digital Green Pass, a certificate that will let vaccinated Europeans travel between Europe countries or venture abroad. The Digital Green Pass and other efforts like it, such as the system already implemented in Israel, are necessary for economic revival or an ethical minefield waiting to explode.
What do you think? Leave us a comment. Passports aside, here's a look at where the vaccine's rollout stands. In the U.S., 82.6 million doses, or 24.9 doses for every 100 people, have been administered according to Bloomberg. That's up from 70.5 million doses last Saturday. 8.4% of the U.S. population is now fully vaccinated. Around the world, 279 million doses have been administered in 111 different countries, up from 231 million doses in 100 countries last week.
And lastly, here is some news from across the globe.
A French court found the former president Nicolas Sarkozy guilty of corruption and sentenced him to at least a year in prison.
A military crackdown against protesters in Myanmar killed at least 38 people yesterday, the deadliest day since last month's coup. Security forces appeared to have singled out women that at times Hannah Beach writes.
Kidnappers released hundreds of girls they abducted last week from a boarding school in Nigeria. Kidnapping has become a growth industry there, the Times' Ruth McLean reports.
Germany placed the far-right political party Alternative for Germany under surveillance as a threat to democracy.
Alexei Navalny, the Russian opposition politician, will serve his sentence in a notoriously harsh penal colony known for abusive treatment of inmates.
And lastly, the U.S. suspended tariffs on UK goods, including Scotch whiskey, as the two countries prepare to negotiate a broader deal.
Now on to weather with Brandon.
Hey everybody, it's Brandon Miller here with Pointer Pack News Weather. Hope you guys are having a great Friday out there. Unfortunately, we did see some rainfall yesterday, and it's going to be the same story again today, as we are expecting to see some thunderstorms. As we head into the weekend, it's not going to get too much better because that rain's going to stick around. That's really going to be the top story. We're going to be seeing quite a bit of rainfall here in the next few days. As we look at next week's weather, the high temperatures are looking like they're going to be around the 60-degree mark, and we may see a break from the rainfall early in the week, but as we get later in the week, those rain chances look like they may come on back. So it doesn't really look like we're going to be seeing too many days where you can go hit up that park. Looks like you might have to hit up that rain jacket. As we look at the world weather headlines, there's devastation in Louisville, Kentucky, as the Ohio River crested several feet above flood stage and has caused damage to many homes and other businesses. So that's going to do it here for the weather. I'm Brandon Miller with the rest of the PPN crew signing off.
That's it for this week. Check out our Instagram next Thursday, since we won't be uploading a new episode next week on Friday. And also don't forget to send us some student submissions during your spring break.
Soulja Boy Tell Em. Hop up out the bed, turn my swag on. Took a look in the mirror, said what's up, yeah.